Boom. Oh, let's see.
That music that nobody wanted.
I'm assuming the music is coming through. By music, I mean my wonderful angelic voice. Welcome to Heavyweight Gaming. Whoa, Jay, don't be like that, don't be. Fucking Gabriel wishes he were me. Right, so welcome to Heavyweight Gaming. We are an RPG channel. We do lots of Dungeons and Dragons. It's been incredibly sporadic the last couple of weeks because I decided to get a job, and three children decided.
Three children happened many years ago. They just happened to still be there.
They slowly crept up on me before I realised that shit, they're forever. So, we're going to play some Dungeons and Dragons 5th Ed. This is our homebrew campaign, session 38.
Yep.
38.
That's the one.
Yes!
Session.
So, welcome.
Session.
If you're new, welcome. If you're not new, I hope you're enjoying the story thus far. You continue enjoying it until they all die or I lose. So, we have some sponsors for this beautiful, beautiful show. We have Loke Mats, who are incredible artists who make lots of maps. They do a massive, big book of maps, and it's a flip book that you throw out on your table. Boom, you've got tundra, you've got mountains, you've got snow, sewers, stuff like this. They've done a towns and taverns, which is all your urban settings. So you've got buildings and, lo and behold, taverns. And they've just done absolutely smash their Kickstarter for Wilderness, which is our current Kickstarter. And it's exactly what it says on the tin. It is more beautiful wilderness type maps, and they just flip out. They also do digital versions, so you can use them for Roll20 or your like Fantasy Grounds and stuff like this. Just go to Drive Through RPG or DM's Guild. I've forgotten which one. I'm probably going to get fired. Go check them out. Some are free, some are pay what you want, some are a set price, but they're really cool, and I use them all the time in my maps for all my games. They even do some like science fiction, cyberpunky ones if you fancy grabbing some of them. So that is Lucky Batman's Coyote Grey. Is a proper quality little badass artist that I accidentally found by buying his chibi tokens that I use in the games off Roll20. I don't know where else he sells them, but if you go to Roll20 to the marketplace and put in Coyote Grey, you'll see his little packs, and it's like $5 for 50 tokens. It's crazy, really, really cool. And not long ago released his first Cyberpunk chibi pack, which I bought and use on Thursdays. So they're really, really cool. And Coyote Grey are looking to do a giveaway soon. We're just backwards and forwards of doing you, and you'll be able to get your own character token done by Coyote Grey himself. We have Ashana, who is a super talented glass crafter. Generally streams on a Tuesday as well, and we normally raid her at the end of the session, and then she'll carry on through the night because she's over in the big old US across the big water. So talented, really, really cool. And yeah, I say it every week, she's sorting out little D&D miniatures, little glass miniatures. You can go on her Instagram and such, and then just look at all the work she's done. Her little D&D miniatures are fucking ace. She's got a D&D miniature, glass miniature next to the actual D&D miniature they use, and it's amazing. Really, really cool. So looking forward to what she does throughout 2021. And we have Ruffworx Creative, who is the Russian Captain America. There we go, we'll leave it there. He is so talented with wood and leather. It's like I can't say enough praise about Nick at Ruffworx. Go check him out on Facebook. Just look at his photo albums, and you'll just see immense talent, just wood and leather. Nothing is ever done more than once. So if you get something from him, it will never ever be replicated again. So keep that in mind. We use Syrinscape. And we just started using Syrinscape's online player, so the players can actually hear the music I play through the stream. And as of last week, I think last week was the first session we did, or second session? Second session?
Second, I think.
So this will be the third, and thus far the players have reported great positivity in how it works. So if you are playing online with your friends at the minute because of Plague, Not Plague, not coming out of lockdown, then you can use the online player to, well, basically give a bit of ambience to your party and your dragon attacks and bandit raids and such. So go check out Syrinscape, it's really cool. You may need to let me know if it's too loud in chat, because I have to gauge it on what I can hear. Bits! We got bits. Bits. If you put 200 bits towards this lot, they'll get a free reroll. They have to use it this week, can't carry them over. They can only have 5 at one time. They can't use them on any of my rolls, and they can't use them on death saving throws. So yeah, so if you feel generous enough to throw 200 bits at them, thank you very much. Mel, what else have I got? Oh yeah, yeah. Look at that. Look at
Nailed
that.
it.
5 minutes. Boom. Down from 36. So, I'm going to play some little music. Not the Alien Cantina. It's not very appropriate to the death that you're about to embark on. Bam, 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 bam.
We gon' die.
You gonna die.
We gon' die.
You can go talk to a dragon.
You are.
Sorry, Sawdust. Spoilers. You should have caught up.
Right, so let's get my music going. See if this, how loud is this?
We got a text earlier in the day saying you guys gonna need roll 20 tonight, and we all go, we're gonna die.
I went
This is the end.
It was a
Right,
unanimous.
so can you all hear the music players?
No.
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 Nothing is there. The little lines are trying, but they ain't nothing coming
No.
through.
Oh, wow, now.
Yes.
There it goes.
Oh yeah.
Slowly, but
Ominous
yes.
music. See, this is why he brought out the little ruby thumbnail, is to
Oh,
distract us from
oh,
the fact
oh.
that we're all gonna
So
die.
you should all see Ruby. I'm waving my mouse over it so it can highlight it for nobody. But
Yeah, 'cause-
you can all see Ruby's little portrait now. It is done by a super talented artist called Lissy, who on Twitter is known as Lily Tuft, I think it is.
Yes.
So easy to find. Just go looking for Lily Tuff or Lissy Rain, or I'm pretty sure one of the mods will put a link in the chat.
I'm sticking it in.
She's done all the artwork for these 5, and when we had Griff and Dalefin back in the day. Super talented. Always looking for commissions. Give her a nudge. You'll never be disappointed with her artwork. It's so cool. So thank you to Lily. Right, let's have a recap. Hopefully the music's not too shocking. Scary.
Ominous.
Worrying.
Bam, 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 bam.
All of the above.
So, over the last couple of sessions, the party made it to the Great Ivory Wall, the wall that stands between Demon and Ravenholm's poor, defenceless citizens that are currently trying to kill each other in a civil war. On the wall and within, the city of the Ivory Wall is built within the stonework and architecture, structure, etc. itself. They went back to the Rycroft residency, which is where Harry grew up and is his family name. He spent a bit of time in his grandfather's room and discovered some bits and bobs of his current work that his grandfather was undertaking, taking notes. Turns out the demons that have forever, for generations, have done nothing more than throw themselves upon the blades of the eagle warriors that guard the wall, with no real strategy or tact or intelligence to their attacks. But recently, it seems, over these last few months, half a year, say, they have been. It is as if. I thought I was getting
Hi,
attacked.
Becky.
Thank you for that tea.
Attack from the white
Rude fairy.
She had a cup of tea in her and I thought I was getting scolded. The demons, they've turned it on a bit. It turns out now that they're actually trying to win, which is a strange concept to those on the wall. Whilst the party were there and having a bit of a shindig, talking to Harry's mother, wandering around the Rycroft residency, sharing a kiss or two, the wall became under attack more than it's ever been before. Demons were on top of the wall itself. There were Balgura, there were Barb Devils, there were creatures that were like enormous lizard folk with bat-like wings and obsidian sledgehammers, cracking the very stonework of the Ivory Wall itself. The unbreakable Ivory Wall, the wall that takes no damage, as it was magically built, so the tales are told, by the Azurite dwarves, the Mountain Druidic dwarves, with the soul of an ivory dragon by the name of Natasha. During the fight, Celestina, the second eagle of the wall, requested volunteers. There was about as much subtlety in her request aimed at Harry as a brick to the face. Harry accepted, as did the party. They are to descend beneath the wall, find the holding magics that hold the soul of Natasha in place to make sure the wall does not fall. The wonderful and very polite, calm Decolai showed them the way to the door that leads beneath. This is a place that Aristotle himself has no knowledge of, no knowledge that existed, and is in just as much the dark as the rest of the party. And we ended the last session with them just about to enter the stony tunnel that led down and down and down. So, Decolai's left, you are left upon yourselves. You have opened the door with the draconic image carved into the wood, and before you is that helter-skelter type slope leading down to a open space. 3, 2, 1. Off you go.
You said there are druidic runes glowing
Everywhere.
on the walls.
Yep.
Ruby approaches a wall and starts tracing a finger along them.
Give me a nature check with advantage.
Nature with advantage.
Alright.
Be that one for nature. Da, 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 da. 11.
11.
Mhm.
You can't make out any constructed sentence or like obvious meaning, but by the fact that you are very aware they are druidic and they are linked to mountain druid magics rather than grassland or forest, and there's quite a lot of abjuration energy, which is a protection magic running through these druidic runes. But because of their dwarven design, you're just unable to quite translate. Definitely
Ruby was
druidic.
never much big on reading anyway.
No time for it. No time for it. The sounds of battle behind you are dinning as you are in this small tunnel, but you are fully aware that the ashen, pale, draconic demons that were raiding up and down the wall are still being dealt with internally. And you... Oh, I forgot to mention that Kesfion called in his favour with Adarnus, the Batar of the air elemental plane, who is currently holding his armies of air elementals to aid those of Ravenholm until at least midnight. So a good 10-12 hours away.
Times of the essence.
Kind of look towards Ruby and be like, "Get anything from that?"
Can't read.
Good start.
But it's abjuration. I can feel it's abjuration.
Right.
I'm glad we know it's abjuration. What does that mean?
Yes, what do we do with this piece of information?
This is... It's protective magic, but I'm not sure if it's protecting what's inside or protecting the outside. Protecting the inside from the outside or the other way round, if that...
Well,
Yes, I understand, yes.
we need to go find out, and Kess is going to head through the door.
Goodbye, Sandria.
Yeah.
And you all start following this sloping and the door closes. Gas happens. Campaign 2 next week. If only you'd have got a 12 when you drew in it. So as you are following down the tunnel, the druidic glyphs and writings on the stone wall kind of follow you, so they alight with you as you're walking, and once you're past they dim and are just paintings, carvings, etchings on a stone wall. The tunnel work around here is very smooth, very well worked, a lot of time and effort, less precision but more, they didn't want a tunnel, they wanted an actual almost corridor through this stonework. As you follow it down and it's got that dipping feeling, you make your way down and you start seeing that these druidic glyphs, like a net, start reaching out as you come into a large opening, almost like a hall that has been worked, carved and thing. As you look up, all the glyphs, they start to glow and flicker around the ceiling. The ceiling's about 40-45 feet above you. As you see now, on the ceiling itself, there are images in and amongst the glyphs, and they are of massive eagles with like layered plate armor, very much like the Romans' lorica. Like it's got that layered effect going across their top of their heads and their bodies, not on the wings. You know what I mean? Who wants plate armor on your wing? And these great armored eagles are fighting very, very obvious and simplistic demonic creatures. Just large creatures with curling horns, some deer-like, some ram-like. Excuse me. And there are these small little battle scenes all over this ceiling. The ceiling's got a very slight doming effect to it, but it's not a great dome. Towards the middle, there is looks like at first glance it looks like an elf that is in the middle of this ceiling with all these demonic entities fighting these great armored eagles all around the ceiling. This elf at the centre has a very obvious flame in the hand. There's no colourings to these etchings. These are etchings in the stonework. The light of the glyphs is showing you them. But there is clearly an image of fire in one of the elf's hands. And something that almost makes you smile. It looks like a snowball, or something that is circular, and they've tried to put a bit of fuzz on it. And the first thing that comes to mind is snowball. And they're just sat in very simplistic design, but clearly an elf, very long ears, if not longer than Kesvion and Xandria's. Towards the other side of this great hall, the ceiling, like I said, is about 45 feet above you. Ahead of you, you've got about 50 feet of crossing an open, paved stone hall. The walls themselves are kind of they're part of the actual structure, but you notice that you're beneath, or you're going into the walls' foundations, and that parts of it are the stonework itself of the earth, of the ground, and some bits where they've tried to smooth them out rather than place walls. But the floor itself has been slabbed, and you have a square slab floor ahead of you. And it's about 50 feet total, all the way across to an archway that leads further down.
Does the imagery on the ceiling seem familiar to any of like the tales or stories that the siblings would have been familiar with? Like, only asking just because it seems to be a non-human in the middle.
Either one of you at advantage, or each roll a history check.
Divide and conquer, because we're
divide and conquer, because
yeah,
I think
crap.
Yeah, history is an intelligence.
Yeah, I rolled not too bad for Kess, so 16 minus 1 down to 15.
15.
Okay, I got 18, and I don't have a minus on intelligence. So I'll
having
18.
having a little like moment of pause, staring, and a little sharing of information between each other. Do you remember that story? There is a tale of a fair near Ravenholm, or near Atori. It was definitely this part of the world, north of the deserts, of one whose heart was broken in two. They wandered this land, whatever it was called back in the day. You can't quite recall the details, but there was a fae that walked around here, lived around here, was not one of the realms, not one of the seasons, but was within the material realm. And their heart was broken in two. That is the key thing that is sticking out in your mind, but you can't quite piece the rest of the story together.
Just kind of continue on through the hall.
With the larger amount of space and the quiet down here, Ruby is slightly calmer.
As you start walking across the slab stonework, you notice that each slab has a Druidic rune on it with that dwarven style, and at the centre of each of those Druidic glyphs is a bird-like etching, most likely an attempt at an eagle, but it's very small, not a lot of detail. You get about 20 feet across, and there is a woof woof, as you notice torches light just on reaction to your presence, closer towards the archway, around the walls, and they sort of come to meet at the archway that you're heading at. Moving further across, you're about 10 feet from the archway, and there is a fresh, cool air coming up from the archway from somewhere below. You can see that it dips down, and there is clearly a few steps that just dip. The air smells springy, as if, you know, it's fresh, it's got a bit of wet to it, the rains are coming type thing. Ruby, you swear blind, you know, there is a spring feeling in the air, despite you being in the comings of winter. You get to the edge, the archway itself is about 10 feet across, so if you really wanted to, you could stand two abreast. The stairs go down, and there is light at the bottom of the stairs, like daylight light. And at the bottom of the stairs there is like really short, really short, like lawn grass at the bottom.
Okay, Sandria, you said the Copper Forest is the place of autumn, didn't you? It's the Fey realm.
The Copper Forest is autumn.
Yeah.
Are we about to walk into spring? Is that a Fey realm? Is just with a more obvious door than we'd find out in the forest?
As far as I'm aware, and correct me if I'm wrong, Adi, but I feel Alexandria would at least know that spring is not in this area.
You are very aware that spring is far to the east.
But yeah. No, spring does not reside in this part of the world.
We'll
So
see.
whatever is.
Yeah,
Is
you've
there-
seen the mistrust that the humans have for Fae around here, right?
It's daylight and it's underground, and that's not of the mortal realm. And when I came to Ravenholm, I walked here from Tower. We stood on the wall and I could see where I should have come, but I saw no fire and I saw no ice. I walked through the grasslands and woodlands, and I was really hoping you were going to tell me that spring was near here, because then I'd be like, oh, I strayed into spring and walked through spring to get here, but I must have come through. It must be another route. Maybe it's not Fae, but
Like, there's no way, because it's all fire and ice over that way.
I
Then
think
you also said
we're
you just walked through the wall without any challenge, so
I did.
I don't
But
know.
never mind how I
I'm-
came through the wall. Are we sure we can? Are we sure we must be about to walk into another realm. That doesn't mean it's unsafe, but it doesn't mean it is safe.
It's
You
not
also-
necessarily that we're gonna walk into another realm. Just because this area has a feeling of spring doesn't mean that we're walking into another realm. I believe there are ways and magics to make an area bloom with that of life. Doesn't have to mean it's fair.
Sapphire's gone over and is like tapping the grass with his foot. Oh my god.
I mean, this is all druid work, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've seen the things that you can do. Surely if these mountain dwarves were so talented as to make this entire structure, then to put some grass under it would be child's play by comparison. But we're also down here for the soul of a dragon who's
Well, yes, that's also
inside
true,
the
isn't it?
wall, and keeping the demons away. So
Yeah.
there's a little bit of the less you try and make sense of it, almost the easier the next couple of hours might be to deal with.
Down, walk forward. Got it.
So you head down
Harry
this.
will kind of, he'll kind of like straighten himself up, kind of like make sure his sash is tied, make sure he's like tidy.
Presenting
No.
himself, ready
Present
to
himself
mate
for
with a dragon.
Doesn't
You're
exist.
Gotta look fancy for that dragon.
I just hope Natasha is as welcoming to us as we were told she would be.
Oh, we can only hope.
Ruby, you talked to Natasha? Or was it to the...
No, I spoke to the trees and they said that if we could hear that sound that you described, that was likely to be Natasha speaking to us, and that we were in her realm, her home.
Which makes sense.
But that she wasn't. She felt anger, but not with us. It was the cowards under the bridge that she was mad at, which, you know, makes sense.
Let's hope she's not mad at us. Now we will move away.
Cool. 2 seconds. So, who goes first?
It's Harry, innit?
As you are walking down, Harry, the stairs are hard beneath the feet, well worked. There's a almost forced quietness as you every step you just hear that as you tiptoe down. The stairs are only about 20 feet from where at the top down to the lawn grass. As you get down towards the lawn grass and it opens out and you see this daylight, in front of you is almost a sloping mound of mud that reaches up away from you towards. There is clearly it's not really a cave entrance, but it's an entrance in stonework that's natural rather than made, or at least was made hastily and unprofessionally. Stood outside on like either side, almost like guarding entities, there are 2 statues, one of copper and one of brass. These 2 statues appear to be, they have a shorter lower body and thick back legs, but their front is heavily built. Their hands are placed down in a bit like a silverback in full like stance, and they're guarding this cave entrance. They are not moving. Their features are akin to that of an insectoid, with a couple of horns curling back over the back of their heads, and 2. They're like the same. They're the copper
Mandibles?
one has they're mandibles, but the copper one has brass mandibles, and the brass one has copper mandibles, and they are stoic. They are not moving.
Word mandibles has stopped making sense.
They're about.
And they're not tarnished at all. No signs of age. They look brand new, shiny.
They look shiny. From the bottom of the stairs, the copper one is about 60 feet and the brass one about 35. Just on the angle of where the wall is.
So kind of.
If you go to
just be like, be quiet.
if you go to roll 20,
Oh boy. Here we are.
Oh yeah.
Did a
Still
good
have.
run, guys.
I still have pass without trace.
Not
Prepared.
up,
so they are unmoving.
Flat for me.
They're big.
they are big.
Boys.
I mean, we have to go past them, right?
Yeah. Just don't know whether it's sensible to be quiet about it.
Hmm. Is there anything else in the room that would sort of stick out as being a bit odd other than these two statues?
So the grass that you are stood on spreads far and almost around whatever this is. So it is stone. You're in the stonework. You're in the ground. So there's not necessarily a ceiling, but the grass itself reaches out in like a hug around where all this wooded area is, and then beyond eyesight to the north and east, west.
Okay.
Do whatever these things are look familiar at all? Is it something that they're apart from like your description? Are they reminiscent of anything?
Give me a history check.
Past?
How are you going?
Yeah, stop getting Sapphire, you get back here.
Healed. No, with a 9, I can't imagine I know anything.
There's nothing's
Not
coming to
behind
mind.
these eyes.
Nothing is coming to mind.
Hmm.
Have
But
you,
yeah, we'll
have
just
you
start
stacked up,
to-
Sapphire?
Yeah, he's moving closer, quietly, like tiptoeing, but he's moving close enough to see a bit better.
Is
He's
he
hoping.
actually that far away though?
No, he's taken like a few
From the
steps.
party?
I was just being dramatic. He's probably about here.
Okay. Because Ari's gonna message him and be like, you might want me to lead.
He kind of stops where he is and looks back, and kind of his eyes widen in recognition. He nods. He just stops still.
He'll kind of relay this quietly to the rest of the party of just being like,
He'll just kind
Nikolai
of get
said
gestured
that-
forwards.
Yeah, Nikolai was like, I can go because I'm an eagle. Celestina said the same thing.
Hmm.
It still suggests being quiet about it though. And yeah, he'll kind of lead the way.
Okay.
We'll follow stealthily.
Mm-hmm.
Stealth.
So, as you are pottering up, Ari, the one on the right, so the brass one,
Mm-hmm.
without turning its head, almost like it's on a sliding mechanism, does this and moves across.
Mm.
And you hear that grating of metal on stone.
Who are?
He'll keep walking forward. Probably not much point being stealthy now, but he'll still keep walking forward.
So how far?
Like, kind of, if it doesn't move again, kind of like right up to it.
As you get closer, the brass one, copper one. Well, that was well timed.
I was gonna say that was really well timed.
They're about 15 feet high, these things. Now that you're stood right next to them, they are heavy, very well detailed metal statues, constructs as it were. One in brass, one in copper. And you now can see that there clearly are mandibles with an insectoid face, but the horns on the back do remind you of pictures of dragons, demons, unicorns, any creature that had horn in the description other than yourself.
Did they do anything else apart from just move to
Nope.
the centre? He'll kind of just
I see if they move back.
stop and look up at them. Please may I pass?
They give me a persuasion check.
Oh boy.
Oh,
He's real
boy.
good. Ooh, that was a decent roll. 23.
23. There is a the sound of a coin spinning on metal. I promise you, I've not rehearsed this. The sound goes away, and they gaze upon you, like as you're looking at them, feels lessened.
The gaze feels lessened.
Yeah, so if you know when you get that feeling that someone's watching you, approaching them, you kind of just instinctively, they've got eyes, they're not moving, you're in a bit of a dodgy place. But after your request to be let past, you feel as if there's less of somebody watching you.
Okay. Who's gonna try and... Are the party close by?
They're as far behind you as they are on the map.
Yep. You said you had to
Okay.
go forward, so we were like, right, Ari, you
They're
squishy
currently
bastard.
about-
We
You
just stood there
him.
going, I liked him. Remember when we had a rope?
Remember those days? Remember
They
that
are-
guy that kissed me?
Well...
About 25, 30 feet away from you.
Okay, he'll message back to Xandria, because that's 120 feet. I just double checked, and he'll kind of be like, probably okay to come forward. I'm gonna try and sneak past them.
The music says it's not. The music says we should go back to Sarut where we belong.
The music's not Ari. He's a dumbass.
Also true. I will very quietly to this the party just say, Ari says it might be okay to move forward, but keep your wits about you.
Then we'll start moving
Oh my
forward.
god. Yeah, he's gonna try and sneak through the middle.
Okay, give me a stealth check.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
I love how you're
You're
all
wrong, you
moving
should
like
be
a
fine.
square at a time.
Which dice to roll? It's like, oh bugger. Oh, okay, that was fun as well. Oh my god. Okay, 16. 23 again.
23 again, cool. As you
Swat you like a fly.
As you move through, quietly, you hear a stand by.
God. And in comes something.
Waiting for health bars to magically appear. Oh shit.
You see
That's worse.
a
That's
Ah.
worse.
very much the same design and build, but this thing's head is near touching the ceiling, which again is about 30 feet above you as you step into this caved area. You can see that there are stone walls towards the back. Here on the map, if you can see my pinging, there is a way deeper in and then over to the left over here. It leads further in and around these walls that go right up to the ceiling itself, but these walls have been made. You can see the stone slab work. It is very, very similar to that was by the bridge, where the excavated stonework was, and then you can see bits of rubble and stuff around. This thing has got a very strange element of like ebony / obsidian type metal that is all around it, giving it shape and structure, with these painted rather than made from a separate material bits around its chest and shoulders like armour. It stares down at you, Ari. A test before pass. And it punches the ground. And you are forced back into your party. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Thank fuck I'm a rogue. 18.
18, cool. You are not knocked prone, but you do take...
Some rubble.
That was a big bag of dice.
a po-
I'm hoping that was getting ready and not rolling.
you take 4,000 points. You take 2 points of force damage, as that obsidian creature construct did a small thunder wave, propelling you back. As you are thrown into your party, two things happen. These brass and copper creatures turn to face you, and you lot roll initiative. As
There it is.
Why do all tests have to be punchy tests?
Why do
I know, right? Why can't it be an academic way? No.
Yeah, Sapphire would happily play chess now.
No.
13.
16. Oh, that's better. That's the music.
Natural
That's the
20.
Right, so
Nobody's getting haste this round.
let me do the turns. So, da-da-da-da. Right, Ari, what did you get?
27.
God damn! Ruby,
13.
Sapphire,
16.
Caspian,
24.
Andrea,
18.
Shit, no, I've already been a bear today. Go away.
Yep.
Yep.
I keep forgetting. Yep, that could go.
Being a bear.
Same day. Living the same day for 2.5 sessions.
Same day, different fight. Yay!
I don't know how loud this is for people, but you'll just have to, yeah. So the claws on the creatures, they start raking them against themselves, and you get sparks coming off their breastplates and shoulders and forearms as they start slamming the floor. You are exactly where you all are. You haven't had a long rest or anything like that, so wherever your hit points are, spells, etc. Ari, you are first up. The obsidian ebony creature behind, construct behind, is not moving after that punching of the wall. Of the floor, sorry.
Okay. I think I can get to him anyway. If I can get past some boys. It's gonna be fun.
Hardcore time.
Can you give me a charisma saving throw, please, Ari?
Oh boy. Well, there's the dice that just rolled a natural 20, rolling a natural 1.
Karma. Balance has restored itself.
Yep.
So, as you see this happen, you sort of right yourself, get propelled out, and see the two creatures come alive. The dark orbs that are where their eyes are have a strange kaleidoscopic glow to them, and you see the little almost flickerings of rainbow behind the eyes as you are hit with a confusing gaze. On a failed saving throw, you can't take reactions until the end of your next turn. Can you roll a d8?
Oh boy. That's a 3.
3. You do nothing this turn.
Okay. I feel like that's
That is
quite
your
nice.
turn.
There's the Ari we know and love.
Caspian,
Nothing.
it's your turn, Caspian. Can you give me a charisma
cool.
saving throw?
Can do.
Oh no.
I'm hoping that I'm going to be okay with this, because that's a 21.
You are indeed.
Thank God.
And you can no longer be
because if
affected.
that had been a fail. So, yeah, looks like we're fighting these guys, I guess. Oh boy.
Boy day.
Yeah, pretty much.
80. Chat says turn it down a little bit.
Let's go out swinging, I suppose. So first is 23 to hit.
23 hits.
That is 6 damage. That is 21 to hit.
21 hits.
That is 9 damage. So that's 2 with the magic scimitar, and final one probably. No, actually, mate, 16.
16 misses, unfortunately.
No worries.
And your mundane blade ka-chang, bounces off the metallic work of this construct.
Does that look like it's done anything apart from piss it off?
Your magical blade did indeed piss it off. Your not magical blade did not.
Cool.
Zandria. Ari is kind of gazing at the creatures.
I just kind of look at Ari.
Can you give me a charisma saving throw while you're looking at Ari?
Let's see. Oh, I have, but not advantage, but I have the good charisma shit. That's the word I'm looking for. The good charisma shit has graced me with a 19.
19 is enough. You are not affected by this gaze.
Yeah, damn right, I'm not affected by your magic bullshit gaze. I have to deal with Ari enough with his magic bullshitting gazes.
Leave his gaze alone.
Smouldering.
Smoldering. I apologise. Smoldering.
Sorry, Ari's gaze spelt how?
I'm gonna do the sensible thing.
Then run away.
Run the fuck away. So I think if I go here, I should still be able to attack, because that's 10.
Yeah, yep,
10
you can.
feeties.
Yep.
It's 10 feeties.
Lance.
Because I got the lance. So, yep. We're gonna hit it with a lance.
Smash.
Right, don't put your dice in that a roll, that's a cup of tea. It's not what we want. Oh god.
That would be
21 to hit.
21 hits.
Okay, and then I need the D12 and the D8. You'd think I'd remember this by now, but I'm gonna be honest.
You don't really use the lance as much, and we've had a lot
As
of
much as I
talky ones.
probably should do. So that is 10 points of piercing damage. That's 6 points of flame damage. And is Buggy Metal Boy number 2, is he within 5 feet?
The flames, the brass construct begins to glow.
Yeah, as if heating up.
Yep.
Whereas the other, just for clarification, the other Buggy Boy, is he within 5 feet of the other?
Yes.
Yeah. Then other Buggy Boy also takes fire damage.
Is it the same?
It's not. It's
Oh.
6. Sorry, it's 8. It's for the second target. It's that plus 2.
So, what you notice about the brass one is that the flames almost melt the construct, as
Yeah.
if it is vulnerable to the damage.
Okay. Wonderful. Second attack.
Go for it.
Gravy time.
Thank you for the follow.
23 to hit.
Jesus, I've run out of fingers. Yeah, you
Oh
hit.
my God.
Get my toes out.
Oh fuck me. Whoa. Hang on. I just need to prove this, because I feel like this is yeah, that's the second attack. So it's 13 piercing
Shit.
and 8 flaming and then 10 flaming to the second one. because I rolled max on both.
Wow.
That's sick.
Bria's
what
going to lead
was-
it, and she's going to be
That's
new
awesome.
BFS with
What was
Natasha.
the
You've been
damage to the
patched,
second
Harry.
one, Sandra?
Second one is 10 flame,
Double.
10 magic,
Cool.
magic fire.
Right. Fire, magic fire. The copper one glows even brighter as if it is superheated, whereas the brass one, you can see chunks of metal molten dripping off it.
Yeah. So which one's the copper one? Is it?
Copper
the
is
one-
the copper coloured one, and
Yeah.
brass is the brass coloured one.
And the brass one's the one that looks like it's vulnerable.
The brass one is vulnerable, the copper one
Yeah,
seems to be enjoying it.
Brilliant. I will keep that in mind.
Is that your turn?
Copper one seems to
That
be
is me.
enjoying it.
Cool. It's now the brass one's turn. It doesn't like any of you,
Yay!
especially molten face. It will step forward here.
Oh, crap.
No, thank you.
Its claws
Oh,
will
God.
reach up. Razor claws will slam down into you as 2 claw attacks come in. Let's get out the dice, baby.
I was so busy listening that I forgot I was pouring tea and I nearly just like overfilled my mug.
God, that's good. I think 17 on the first strike as the claws come down.
Who's this to? Sorry.
You!
To you
Me. Sorry. No. Fuck off.
on the it's first set of claws comes slamming past. Second one, that's a 23.
That one I will give you. I can't defend against that one.
And you take 9 points of slashing damage.
This is a terrible day for all fair kind. Because I now have to do maths and I don't like redacting numbers on fingers. Why?
So you take
Take
the
away
9,
10
yeah.
and then add 1.
Thanks, 13.
Then the copper mandibles reach down and try to clamp onto your head.
What?
Oh,
Munch.
I didn't agree to this. I didn't give consent.
20.
Oh, fuck off, yes.
This biting attack as its mandibles, and you feel the thick copper mandibles pierce into your neck and skull. You take 12 points of slashing, piercing damage. Sorry.
Okay. In reaction, I was gonna save my my spell, but fuck it, Hellish Rebuke.
Is that a dex save?
It is a dex save.
10.
Nope, failed. So let's see. So I need
That's fire damage, isn't it?
5.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
Hang on. I need to acquire more D10. I only have 3 out. I wasn't anticipating needing to do this.
On the
you're not
other hand, this is going to make it much easier for me to decide which spell I wanted to cast.
Not
So
the
make it
fire
nice and
one,
obvious,
probably.
Yeah.
you're all D10. So it takes maximum amount of damage from this.
That's so many
not
dice.
that right. That's not. That's a D100.
Yeah, that's
How did I
cheating.
mix that up?
E100 a ball anyway.
Oh, I'm glad I'm not this creature at all. 10, 20, 30, 38, 39, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45.
Have you doubled it already? Yeah.
Hold it.
Yeah. How have you done 45 on 3d10?
5d10.
No, she
5d10?
only had 3d10.
Yeah, Hellish Rebuke's 5d10.
Shit.
Yeah!
The damage increases 1d10 for each slot above first.
Okay.
And according to D&D Beyond, that's 5d10. So it automatically works it out.
In hell, this
It's no more.
this
It's just the two
basically.
back legs.
Have you all seen RoboCop? This
Robo-
We'll see what.
RoboCop. You know the guy that gets melted.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
This is what
And-
this
and-
thing looks like. It is literally like if it could
And that
cry,
wasn't even max
it would.
damage.
If it could cry, it would.
Alright, Ruby
It's
puts
vulnerable
heat
to
metal
fire.
back into the spell deck. That's not needed anymore because the copper one's not gonna.
I am on 1 HP though, so just be aware.
Mm.
Oh, right, okay, yep.
Sapphire, there is a heavily melting, molten insectoid construct in front of you. I did not think this through.
Sapphire is going to move to here for reasons. Obvious reasons. And Sapphire is going to use his bonus action to get into the stance of spring.
Ooh.
On his way of the season cycle monk, which can be found.
Oh shit! If you go to DM's Guild, you can buy Tasha's
Hang on,
Heavy.
hang on. No, that's not the right one.
What are you doing, Sapphire?
Don't mind me, I'll throw in some advertising when I can.
There you go.
Yay! And he is gonna try and strike with his Naginata. I'm assuming these aren't fiendish.
You'll find out when you hit him.
I suppose that's true. Okay, so first attack, nat 20. Let's pick a picture.
Nice.
Oh, I don't think you can't not kill it.
Yay! Okay, and because I'm in this stance of fire, I'll do an extra D4 fire damage.
I love it when we homebrew stuff. You know what I mean?
The summer boys have got this.
Interested. You said stance of spring, and spring is fire?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
normally
how
it
it
would
is
be
in the
summer.
book. I thought it
Okay.
would be summer too.
What's summer then?
Summer is. Oop.
Something with cold damage.
They. Summer is radiant damage.
Oh, cool.
Autumn is necrotic, and winter is cold.
Yeah, alright.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was checking before. So yeah, an 8 and 4 doubled would be so that's 12. No. Yeah, that's 12 doubled is 24. Plus my 7 is 31 points of damage. The 4 would be doubled, so for fire, so 35.
Yeah, the
Yay, gone.
4 points you needed. Yeah, you take your stance, and as you leap into this thing with your Naginata, it just crumbles, and on the floor is just a lot of pebbles, little brass pebbles. No sign of the creatures, it just sort of melts in and deconstructs into these small pebbles.
As Sapphire kills it, I just kind of look up from the mess on the floor, look up at Sapphire, obviously blood and crap. Literally on death's door, and I just go, kill Stealer.
And he grins. He goes, alright then, I'll start this one off, and you'll move over to here.
You'll start it off. You'll start it off.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Ungrateful bastard.
I know, right? We already attacked it. Fuck you.
The
no,
copper
okay.
one is glowing
Right,
hot,
guys,
as if superheated.
Can we kind of make the mystical beings think we're taking their test seriously? Just a little bit.
Second
I'm
attack,
still staring up at its eyes, so you know.
18 plus 7, so that's a 25 to hit.
That hits.
Oh no, that's not good, because this one likes it, doesn't it?
Yep.
1 plus 7, so that's 8 points normal and 4 points fire. Which is bad, because I can't switch my stance until next round.
The fire, you see a very slight increase to the superheat.
This is gonna hurt.
Anybody got any water so we can oxidize it?
My punch is
I mean,
gonna
probably my blood will cool it a little as
24
it
to hit.
destroys my weak
24
shit in a
hit.
second.
On your first strike, Sapphire, you took a point of fire damage.
Okay. That's a 2 plus 7, so that's 9 points of damage, but there's no fire in that one.
And you take another point of fire damage.
2 points of fire damage. Okie dokie. And that's me.
Ruby!
Ruby looks at Xandria and casts Healing Spirit.
Heal me.
We're gonna keep it at level 2 for now. So In a 5-foot cube, somewhere I can see, a transparent beast or fae appears. So what the party see is a medium-sized dog that, don't know if any of them would recognise a Towan shepherd hound, but to those of us not living in Colossus, it looks a lot like a border collie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have a token for that.
It bounces into existence, and at Ruby's whistle, it runs to Xandria and jumps up
And knocks
like
off
a
that last
happy,
hit point.
excited dog would to greet a friend. And okay, so whenever you're a creature moves into the spirit space for the first time that turn, or starts its turn there, you get 1d6 of health points back.
So on Xandria's turn, she gets healed.
Yep. Yep.
No, because I hold on.
It's when I
Whenever
start
you
my
or a
turn,
creature can see moves into the spirit's space for the first time that turn or starts their turn there. So no, it's like Moonbeam is if I move it, which I have, it's my turn, but if it stays stood next to you, then when it gets round to your turn, it will be, I think.
I don't
2
think it is,
seconds.
I think
So,
it's-
until
I
the
think
spawns,
it's-
whenever you or a creature can see moves into the spirit space for the first time or on a turn, yeah, it starts its turn there. Yeah, so if Xandria starts there, or it moves, or Xandria moves to it, or it moves to her, you shall get healed. I will say that on summoning, you can heal. Go for it.
Okay, do you want to roll your d6 for a heal, or shall I?
I will roll my d6. It's a 6.
Yay! Have 6 little health pointers.
That's like
you.
half your
No, it's not.
HP.
What is your wisdom modifier, Ruby?
+6.
+6? Are you sure that's what you're saving for?
That is my saving throw.
Right,
Where
cool.
do I see the modifier?
Jesus
The normal
wept.
one. Like, just on, like, underneath wisdom, what's your plus?
Oh, +3.
+3. So you can heal 4 times. You have 3 heals left of that spirit.
Okay.
Yep. So that is your bonus, or is that your action?
That. No, that was my action.
Oh, okay. So what else you do?
I think I'm gonna leave it there. It seems that unless we keep pouring fire into the copper one, if we can find the relevant thing for the copper one, it won't last very long because the fire one didn't. So I'm gonna hang back and just direct the healing dog at people for now.
Cool. It's now the superheated copper one's turn.
No.
All 3 of you have hit it, so all 3 of you getting attacked.
Yeah,
First
Alex,
claw
yeah.
attack.
Here I go. Farewell, guys.
First claw attack on Sapphire. 21.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Holy shit.
Uh-oh.
Let me just go back to my... you take 25 points of flaming damage.
Woofed.
Second claw attack comes swinging around at Kesfion.
Yep.
Yes, 20.
Hits.
Thank you, Xandria. Thank you. You take... Oh, shit. You take 24 points of flaming damage.
Cool. Oh, almost dyslexic that number in. That would have been, whew, a different amount of damage.
It will then follow suit of its fallen brethren and try to bite Xandria.
I would appreciate it if you roll like crap.
19.
Bollocks, it's one above.
And you take
I will. Farewell. You don't need to tell me. Farewell. 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 Farewell.
You take 27 points of fire
Farewell.
damage.
There's no point in putting a number down here, dude. Farewell.
I'm aware, but you lot do it, so I'm doing it.
We
Yeah, but
have
we
literally
don't
said.
know.
We don't know the numbers. You know the numbers.
You can see our HP. We can't see its HP.
I can't see your HP.
So the creature goes absolutely mad. The superheat pours from it into its superheated claws, and it slashes into Sapphire, slashes into Kespion, and bites down on Xandria as she falls, absolutely soaked in her own innards. The superheat has faded from the creature.
Thank squish.
But it's now your turn, Harry.
It is my turn. Xandria
Do
is down.
something.
Do something.
Well, I think we know what a kid's gonna do. So he's gonna move up next to Xandria, and he's gonna do a cure wounds. Haven't done this for a while. 1d8 plus your spellcasting modifier, which is +6. Woo! That is 13 points to you.
Thank you.
Bonus action. I can't do a stab because I can only do that if I actually attack.
Yeah.
Bonus action, bardic inspiration to Xandria because you're right there.
Mm.
There you go.
Cheers.
And
I love that
he's
it's because you're right
not-
there. Guess is right there.
Yeah, I'm not the
Yeah,
hot
well.
sibling though. So it's fine.
Exactly.
Yeah. Bad times.
And then he's gonna
So what's your inspiration? Is it a D8?
D6 I
D6 at your level.
Is it not gone up?
Not yet.
No, because only got one level in Bard.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
That too.
I'm thinking max. Okay, yeah. So you got a D6, Andrew.
D6.
You've got movement left, Harry.
I have got movement left. He's gonna move the fuck away.
Cool. It'll swing out at you.
It will try, but it can't
Why?
because it can't take opportunity attacks
Because you. Not very human. Tell me why you
No,
can't hit you.
it's the rogue.
It's a rogue thing that you get when you attack something.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
And healing
Yeah.
Xandria is not an attack.
Okay. Yep.
Singing to Xandria is not an attack.
I
Oh,
mean, it might be.
Oh yeah.
Some
Let's
people
see.
singing.
it can't
In the
sing
long
very
run, healing Xandria is an attack on someone.
So I will swing at you, Zero Bast.
well. God damn it.
About fucking got 37 bastard sessions I've waited for this. Ah, fuck. 17.
That hits.
Oh, I'll take that.
I'm squishy rogue.
You take 9 points of slashing damage. And you just get cuffed across the back of your shoulders.
Well, that's what I
He
get.
gets a tap. The rest of us get, like, annihilated.
Well, if you notice, the normal attacks were fine. The superheated
Yeah.
ones, that's the one.
Yeah.
Harry, is that your turn? You still got some
That is
movement?
my turn. Can I could still move though, can't I?
Ah, you
Could
still-
use
yeah,
my
yeah,
opportunity
yeah.
attack. Yeah, cool.
Caspian. Sister went down, sister got back up.
Yeah. What she does.
Literally just cleaned all the clothes.
Yeah, 5 bloody minutes. Those are just clean on. Right.
Alright,
so that
Mum.
is dirty 20 to hit.
Oh, yep.
That is 9 on the first hit. Same again. Dirty 20 to hit. That is 9 on the second hit. And that is probably not gonna hit. That is 17 to hit.
17
Yeah.
just misses.
Right. Cool. Same again.
Again, your magical swords damage it, whereas your mundane sword. Wah, 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 wah.
Yeah, it's just kind of like twatting off the side.
Xandria?
I am
You're
going
currently
to...
prone.
Oh, yeah. So
You have
I
a healing
use-
spirit next to you, so roll a d6.
D6. I forgot. I keep trying to put my dice in my mug of tea.
Move
Look at
your
you,
mug
eh?
of tea.
I've moved it 6 times, guys. 5 points of healing, so that puts me at 18. So I'm prone, so I need to use half my movement to get up, yeah.
Correct.
And annoyingly, I can't move out of the way because if I do, it'll get an attack of opportunity. So we're just gonna shoot it with an Eldritch Blast because then it'll
Disadvantage.
get pushed away.
Disadvantage because you're in melee. Eldritch
Yeah.
Blast is a
That's
ranged
a ranged
attack.
spell.
It doesn't. Okay, I was gonna say it doesn't say I get disadvantage if I'm in range.
I know it's the rules of ranged spells. It's not. It's
okay.
not a rule of Eldritch Blast. It's ranged spells or ranged attacks.
Disadvantage. So I need to
So
put
it's
another D.
same with a bow.
Literally made no difference because I rolled a 19 and an 18, and then that's plus 5, so
Yeah, that hits.
past the 20s. Past the 20s.
So your Eldritch Blast could be.
D10. You are a D10, aren't you? No, you're not. You're a D12.
You're a D10.
You're a D10. You're a D10.
So shema.
That is 18 points of force damage, and it is forced away from me 10 feet in a straight line.
It glows with eldritch energy.
And then I am going to use the remainder of my movement, which is 15, and I'm going to toddle away.
See you later,
Swaggers
guys.
out.
All over this way.
Fuck you guys, I'm going home. So, Castrion, what you see is that you witness a flash and a boom of eldritch power, and then you see this 15-foot copper construct just get anime slid across the ground towards Sapphire. Sapphire? It's your turn. You didn't even have to
Your
move.
turn, Sapphire.
Special delivery.
I think I'm going to bonus action change away from spring.
That's a good shout.
I guess
Yeah.
I'll go winter and go for cold
Smart.
damage.
Smart.
See if even if it doesn't hurt it extra, at least it won't do extra bonus fire charging.
Box dice. Shit.
So first attack, 90. Oh, 26.
Just.
So that's a D. That's a D8. Oh yeah, plus this. If cold does do anything as well. So that's 4 points of. No, sorry, plus 7. 11 points of slashing damage and 1 point of cold damage. Then I'm going to attack it again.
You see as if not super freezing, flash freezing metal where it becomes brittle and then cracks appear in that flash freeze where that very small power of cold, arcane cold hit it.
Awesome. And then the next one is a dirty 20 to hit.
Dirty 20 hits.
5 plus 7, so it's 12 points of damage. Oh. Here's a 24 to hit.
Oh,
So,
shit, yeah. Do you only do a cold on the first attack?
yeah, it's only on the first strike.
Cool.
It's 4 plus 7, so that's 11 points from my claw.
What was the second attack? 18.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah, that hits, yeah. And 11 damage, yeah?
Yeah.
What's that? Naginata punch.
Yeah.
Look at that. Ba-bam, bam, ba-bam.
All of which are magical.
Ruby! Ruby.
Who's looking the worst for wear? No, if we ignore it,
Abandoned.
don't let him have it. Who's looking the worst for wear?
Probably me on 18.
Or you? I mean,
Wow,
Kess
that's
I was
not
gonna
how that works. It's not how that works. Give me a medicine
You're on
check.
18, whereas
Give me
the two
a
of us are
medicine
like down
check,
to
Ruby.
half health.
Roll me a medicine check. There are no
Okay.
health points discussed in combat.
Right. Okay. Given that Zandria has moved away from it,
She
I
is
will direct.
soaked in blood.
Yeah, I tell the dog to follow her.
Cool. Dog comes over to you, Zandria, and sort of running around your feet, and you get healed. D6.
Six.
Cool. Is that your bonus action, Ruby, to move it?
Yes, it's a bonus action to move it. But it's a concentration spell. I can't really.
Oh, if I get hit, I might actually survive an attack.
Shillelagh!
Yeah,
Oh, it's gone now.
That's all.
Yeah.
I will use my action to perform a second bonus action and cast Shillelagh,
Okay,
just in case.
cool. You run your hands over your crook. You get that familiar
Bounce
glow
it off the
about it.
ground.
It's now its turn. Sapphire!
Yep.
You discovered its weakness. Now die.
That's about right.
First claw attack is a 16.
Oh, that's exactly right.
Oh! You take 11 points of slashing damage. As you move out of the way of it, its second claw attack comes flying on a 15.
Misses.
As it catches you with one but misses with the other, it tries to bite down onto you with its brass mandibles on a 17.
That hits.
And you take 17 points of piercing damage as you feel its brass mandibles pierce your thick fur and flesh.
Still up, but barely.
But at what cost?
Oh boy.
Aristotle.
I'm gonna go and try and hit the thing. We'll see how that goes.
You see him robbing
if
up
I
men in
go-
tights. You just remind me of Blinking. Just, you know what I mean? That wooden post. It's like,
If I go here, am I
you are at
flanking
advantage,
with
yes.
Sapphire?
Yes, you are indeed.
Fabulous. That's what I like to hear. Advantage. That is a. Can't read my flipping dice. That's a 16 plus 25 to hit.
Alright, I thought you went 6. I was like, oh my god. 25
No,
does
16
hit.
plus.
Yes, you do hit.
Yeah, cool. That will be then. I'm at advantage, so I can get my sneak attack. And I want D8. Play dice. Oh, I rolled shit though. 11 points of damage.
11.
Yes. I rolled 2 1s on my.
As you step away from Ruby to give yourself an advantageous position, your rapier goes straight through the metal, and it's as if you've gone through. You hit something soft, and it just melts around your blade onto the floor, and there is a small pile of copper pebbles as you kill it. The large of.
Steal it.
Do you do anything else?
He.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Daddy's statue.
Daddy's statue, Jesus.
Oh, he's too far
no.
to get there, really.
It's
but-
not attacking us though.
Yeah.
No, he's gonna.
Not yet.
He's
Don't
gonna
risk
move
it.
up towards it though. But yeah, he's not gonna actually do anything partly because he can't, but he's just gonna like move to like here.
Okay.
Yep. That's it. Unless he can, because obviously I haven't used my bonus action. Can he kind of look up at the big statue and go, "Have I passed your test yet?"
Now you've
That's my
pissed
bonus
it off.
action.
I'd like to use my bonus action to plead for my life.
Oh. 2 things. Firstly, it's its go, and it will step right into you.
Half move.
And then we're going to have a break.
Yeah,
So
that's not right.
That.
let me just Jesus Christ, the music. Right, so we're going to have a quick break now. Join us straight after the break and we'll carry on with this combat. We're just going to go get a drink, a little bio breaks and such like that. Thank you very much for watching so far. Go check out our little sponsors. During the break, you'll see a little slideshow of people that have supported the channel since last year. Next month will be a year that we've been smashing all this stuff out. So, yes. Right, so we're going to have a break. So, break time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. That's what she said. And we're back. So, hello, people of the internet.
Perfect timings. Comical, one might say.
So, I'm going to throw out some music. Welcome back. If you've just joined us, we're having a fight. If you were here before the break, well, we're still having a fight. So, let me get this going again. Hopefully, there is some music coming through. Yes. There we go. Ching, ching, sawdy on metal. Over to roll 20. This lot have decided to venture further into beneath the wall. They got to a bit of a cave, and at the cave there was a test. They've killed 2 out of 3 of the test. And let's see how this bit goes. So it's
Mel had to take a tone with the third one.
Harry stepped up, decided to, sass the 25-foot tall construct of obsidian. It just looks down at you and goes, "What are you?" You're allowed one answer before it starts swinging.
Eagle.
He looks up and kind of goes, "I'm Aristotle Rycroft of the House of Eagles. I request passage."
Incorrect. And it punches you.
Yep.
18.
Hits.
You take 8 points of bludgeoning damage as it makes a fist rather than slashes you with its claws. What are you?
2 seconds. You were saying about mental
we didn't
math.
like these kinds of lateral thinking questions, Amy.
We were just. I was gonna say it. It's okay.
Hurry up.
He will respond.
Your
I'm
mum.
an eagle.
Your mom.
Your mama's so fat. You say, I'm an eagle.
I'm an eagle.
The thing just sort of rests back and almost settles into a stoic frozen state again. And you just hear a fading word. Correct. And you all die.
Anna drops down from the
Everybody
ceiling.
is dead, Dave.
Confetti everywhere.
Yeah.
You're the 100th customer to pass through this test.
Sapphire drops to a knee, half leaning on his Naginata. Thank you, Harry. I'm glad the thing is going quiet now.
He whistles
Wow,
to
they're-
the spectral dog again, who bounces over to Sapphire and starts licking his face for the last heel left in him.
I'm amazed there is a fault behind your eyes. I thought I punched it out of you.
Roll a d6.
That missed the tower. Oh, a 6. Yay.
You get 6 healing points. Or health points.
You win 9 health points.
Yeah, me and my 9. Still in singles,
Yeah.
but a bit higher singles.
High singles, that's all that matters.
Tess will come and give you a hand up off the ground.
So,
Thank you.
the small piles of pebbles of copper and brass behind you, this obsidian sort of metallic creature sort of sat in guard position. You're healing yourselves with the healing spirit of the lovely little collie dog that fades away to nothing but wonderful green mist.
Sapphire looks at the pebbles. You think if we threw one at the big black dude, he'd be okay with it?
No.
Ooh.
Okay.
Let me just get the initiative turner counter back up.
Do you think if we pocketed these, they'd be worth anything?
No.
Damn it, okay, fine.
Not worth enough.
Sapphire takes a wide berth, massive berth of the obsidian construct. Oh no, wait, Ari, you've got to go first. Little Lord, he steps back.
Apparently, just being an eagle is enough, so that's fine.
Always has been, alright. Always has been.
He doesn't listen. That's the first time he's ever acknowledged his actual name. Okay.
That is very true.
Everyone else has just passed out in shock.
Yeah.
You hear Sapphire in the background kind of go, Aristotle. I don't know if he's actually genuinely heard your full name yet.
I don't think he has.
No, he's been full named by his mum.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Aristotle
Oh, yeah.
Sebastian Rycroft.
That is true.
Are
nothing
we
worse than
sure
when
it's
your parent full
definitely
names you.
This way, because there was 2 paths, wasn't there?
We're
yeah,
not
there was one
certain.
over
We're
that
just
way.
going for the one.
I'm
That's
following
closest.
Ari.
Yeah, Ari went towards this one.
That's the one that like the thing was in front of. So that's the way he's going.
I mean, it was kind of in the middle according to the map, but
Oh,
sure.
before we go through, let me do a medicine check and see if I can patch Sapphire up anymore. I'm loath to use another spell until I find
don't
out
use
if
another
anything
spell.
else is going to attack us.
I have 2 potions, so I can drink a potion of healing.
He's got potions. He's the only person in the party with
He's the only
potions.
person
You-
with potions.
Am I the only one? Did you guys not?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can hear through the archway deep water being disturbed.
I'm going to roll a medicine check on Sapphire real quick.
Sapphire's. Oh no, yeah, you don't know what your thing is yet.
Can I have just a little look around this room, see if there's anything on
Perception
the
check.
wall that would...
That is a dirty 20 to try to patch Sapphire up any at all more than better than 9.
Roll a d4.
Oh, 4.
I will say that you somehow, just through sheer will of Druidic and the presence of all the Dwarven Druidicness, you managed to patch him up a further 4 hit points.
That's amazing. And I'm gonna
It's almost as if the Druidic Glyphs kind of lend you their power. But you don't believe it'll happen very often, if at all, again.
It manifests in Ruby
In strange
plucking and
ways.
plucking and fussing over Sapphire like some kind of blonde bantam hen.
He's thanking her, and as Kess is looking around, he will rummage in his knapsack and hand Kess one of the healing potions, and he will neck the other one. So I now have no healing potions. Because that's too much responsibility for me to have. I believe it's 2d4 plus 2, isn't it, for a regular one?
Yes.
Yes.
Regular ones, 2d4 plus 2, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
2d4 plus 2.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 8 points back. Yeah. Oh, 21 HP, that feels good. And yeah, I'll give Kess the other one and I'll take them both off my ear.
Did you just roll on the roll 20?
I did! I forgot for a minute there because I was doing all my hit points on there.
I was like, where's that bing just come from?
Beautiful.
Those items. Yeah, I completely forgot that we can roll actual dice. And then, yeah.
Cass, what did you get on your perception check, mate?
I haven't done one yet.
Oh, okay.
I got 14 plus 5 is
19.
19. Thank you.
So, looking around the place, again, you see more of the Druidic Dwarven glyphs, but other than patterns, they mean very little to you.
Yeah.
You kind of step, like, almost lean back as a like jade green mist floats past you to Ruby as she's fussing over Sapphire. You neck the potion, just looking around, and you see hanging from the obsidian creature's neck a real basic, like pulled off a Hessian sack rope with a small key just hanging from it. The key itself appears to be the same colouring of the wall, ivory, like that dirty, dull white ivory colour. There are images on the walls, the constructed walls that are in this place, again of armoured eagles fighting horned, demonic type creatures. And you see at the far you see at the far side of where the other entrance was, a glint of metal. There's something, it just like as if light's hitting it, and it just glints every now and then. But there's no source of light.
Ari, there's a key round the neck of the big one. I'm not sure if.
Oh.
you need that.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
While he's doubling back to hopefully pick that up, I'm gonna court death, and we'll see what the glinting is, because why not?
Why not?
The when you move away a bit, so the rubble that's just like on the floor to dig away the metal. It is a spoon, about 8 inches long. Quite a flat head of the spoon that you'd use for stirring soup or a large broth. But it is made of a metal, of a real, like, almost white metal. When you pick it up, it is incredibly light. Like, you feel as if you picked nothing up.
We'll kind of like sort of turn it over and kind of inspect it and kind of like look around, because there doesn't seem like everything else that's here, like it doesn't seem like ruins from my understanding of the description. So it's kind of weird that there's just like
It's
a magic spoon.
a really well-made area, or a well-dug-out area, that's half constructed, half part of the underground. But it does look very well maintained. It does look very strong structurally. You don't look over and think, oh, that might cave in there. But it's just old as fudge. I mean, even as a fae, you are aware that you are in the presence of time, an ancient time. And yeah, there's a white metal spoon, like a cooking spoon.
Yeah.
For the monarchs.
You have to understand the truth of the spoon.
For there is no spoon.
No spoon.
I thought we were going for why a spoon, because it would hurt more you full, but
also good.
Yeah, this is weird.
Oh, fuck.
He's just standing there like holding this
We are
giant
level
ass spoon,
7
like,
adventurers, here to save the dragon. A spoon. 45 minutes later.
And is that kind of like up close to where like the door is for the other place?
It is another archway, and it spirals down, and you can hear the same sound of disturbed water.
Yeah.
Maybe the spoon was a hint.
I'm just trying to think if... I think Kess would put it back, because you don't mess with stuff that's not pertinent to what you're immediately doing.
Apart from the key hanging from the
Apart from
big
a key.
monster.
I saw, but the thing is, he saw the key, and a key makes like sense that it would be of use, whereas a spoon that has no weight to it is
I really
weird.
miss that Vorpal spoon.
But it's, but like it's probably not going to, unless
That's fucking
Natasha's
going
like,
in.
well, my lost spoon returned from the war, in which case I'm going up the stairs, give us a sec. But yeah, it's not the kind of thing you would just like pick up and pocket. So.
That's true. The siblings would not pick up and pocket a thing unless it's.
Though it's kind of weird,
That's
so
fine,
maybe
I
you
remember.
show it to Sapphire, because you know
Yeah.
Sapphire likes
Spoons.
learning stuff. So
Sapphire
likes
likes
learning
spoons,
stuff.
yeah.
Like
Is
he
he
does.
collector
To
of
his knowledge,
spoons?
to his understanding, and from what Sapphire has kind of been saying, he knows more about magic stuff than Kess does. So he can feel that, like, picking this up, this is not a normal implement. So you're like, oh, this is weird. Here, look at that.
Sapphire will agree that it looks weird. Why is
Now
it
it's
weird?
your problem, my dude. You touched it last.
Yo.
Never take something from a fae.
Damn it!
Oh boy.
Yeah, I guess I'd like to look at the spoon, see if there's anything special about it. What am I even saying? This is not a sentence I was expecting today.
Give me an Arcana check.
Oh no. That's a 0. 12.
12.
Yeah.
From what you can tell, there may be a magical property to it. It's not one you can locate, but you're quite confident that the material is mithril. And that's about it, really.
So they must have been rich, whoever owned the spoon then. Make a spoon out of something that expensive.
I like have a look over it and go, yeah, it's made of mithril. That's pretty impressive. I don't know what the hell a spoon is doing here, but it might be magical. Like
It was over towards the other door.
Yeah, it was over towards the other door.
Ariel kind of look up at the key stuff, but then kind of be heading over towards that way, I think, afterwards. But he's probably going to make a try and reach the key that's hanging around the thing's neck.
Yeah.
You want to boost up?
You
Sapphire will see if
I was going to say you won't be able to reach it unless you climbed.
Sapphire will see if Ruby has any knowledge.
So yeah,
Just a general thing.
I'll go give the rogue a sort of boost up.
So it's easy enough between the pair of you and using the now static statue. You get to the top and you release, cut whatever the rope, and you now have a small ivory key. It's about the size of what you'd expect for a lock of a human standard. Ruby, it is quite obviously a cooking spoon that you would stir a pot with. You wouldn't eat with it. Would be used in the kitchen to cook or campfire, etc.
Whoever owned this spoon must have had either a lot of mithril or a lot of money. But it's a spoon. I don't think it's gonna do anything magical. We can either put it back where you found it, or you can take it and try to sell it. But
Just put it back.
probably wise.
Probably just put
It's my greatest moment ever as a dungeon master.
the confusion of spoon.
Spoon.
Ariel kind of be like climbing back down and being like, it's probably that way then, if there's expensive things that way.
So you're going west or north? You're going west out where the spoon was?
West.
Where the spoon was, we walk back over, and Ruby boops Ari on the spoon with the nose before
Boots
putting
Harry
it
on the
back
spoon
where
with the
Cass
nose.
indicated it was.
Yup. Did she stutter?
Cool, we'll get that clipped. So, walking over there again, there's some stairs that lead down, and you can hear the disturbance of water. I mean, the water sounds like someone's swimming in it rather than standing in a puddle.
Okay.
They both kind of sounded the same, didn't they?
Yeah.
So it's not like churning water,
No,
like
it's more-
something large is
Splashy.
coming up
A
from underneath
relaxed backstroke. Not the
Okay,
movements
somebody's having
of
a
kraken.
someone's having a little swimmy swim. I understand.
And the obsidian statue was kind of in the middle of the two doors.
Yep.
Yeah, give or take.
Okay, yeah, we're going to go to the spoon door. Spoon door!
it.
I'm really
Is there a
sorry,
jar?
Evie. I wish I hadn't noticed it.
Jar jar spoon?
I'm glad you did. It's fucking ace.
We're going the other way now.
Ruby leaves the spoon in the area where Cass indicated he found it, not keeping the spoon.
Cool, you put
Don't
the
trust
spoon
it.
down. Going out the western door. Ari, you're first.
Yep.
Cool. It starts to slope downwards. There are stairs, but some are like broken away, and there's like more of a almost ramp type part. But it is gradually going down. The temperature has dropped considerably. but it doesn't. It's not affecting you in a. It's more an acknowledgement of it being really cold than feeling cold. As you come round to your right, there's a little, like, almost flick left on the stairway, and out before you is just a vast underground lake. You can see the ceiling carrying some sort of artistic creations on them. You can guess at the eagles and demons or other things. You're not quite. There's not enough light up there for you to see. The area in front of you would be considered dim light, as you can see the almost like the water itself has got a blue tinge to it, and there is a smoky mist, real thin smoky mist on top of the water. But it is as if this area is flooded just by looking at the way the walls are, the ceiling is, and the stairs go beneath the water. Just immediately in front of you, you can see like the water's clear enough to see that the stairs go down. Ahead of you, you can see small gecko-like creatures sort of swimming in the water, and I mean like ferret-sized geckos just swimming around in the water. And
Ruby's
What a
reaction
noise.
is exactly what Luke
literally
did.
lost all respect for Caspian. You know what I mean? I am a stoic, scimitar-wielding deaf. Oh, geckos!
For some reason, it was just like the ferret paddle, but a gecko in my brain. Just it provided
That was it.
serotonin instantly.
Yeah.
Thank you. Sorry. Oh.
Yeah, so you see these small geckos swimming about. There's quite a lot. They're quite numerous, but they seem to be the reasoning for the sounds of disturbed water, and they're just swimming about.
Ruby looks quite delighted by the wee lizards.
I was kind of looking around for the dragon that was supposed to be down here.
Does it? You're saying that the water is pretty clear.
It's immediately in front of you. It's you guys
Yeah.
have got enough light. I mean, there doesn't seem to be a source of light, but the area is lit enough that you can
Yeah.
see-ish. You can't see the details of the ceiling. You can see immediately in front of you that the water's clear enough that there are stairs that go down. You'd have to probably dunk your head and swim a bit to see where the floor is, but you're all, I don't know how, but you're all smart enough to click that this area, this hall, is flooded, and it is quite vast. Like, it's definitely stereotypical of bard-like tales of dwarven mead halls or the Viconian mead halls. It's got a bit but underground, but it's definitely flooded, and you can see that it's not just a straight rectangle hall, but it actually veers off to the left and further off to like your top right, almost like a crooked Y shape.
Guess we'll walk down the stairs.
Go, you walk down the stairs, you're walking into the water?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you go into the water. The water is, again, it's that, this water is freezing, but you don't feel as if you need to wrap up. You just acknowledge that it's freezing cold. And it's not salt, it's fresh. But you are in the water, just treading water at the minute. It drops away as you walk down the stairs, obviously. It's well deep, like you'd have to swim to the floor rather than just like duck under. Are you swimming out and about, or?
Yeah, I'll kind of have a wee dive down.
So as you go beneath the surface, the whole splish splash, you sort of do. I mean, for yourself, you just sort of glide about 10-15 feet in front of you, and you can see these small geckos, and you realise now that without being very bright, they're the source of light. Like there's a ethereal light to them that is only.
I thought you were razzing me there not being like the gecko, and you realise not being very bright, but these are the source of. And I was like, oh, you mean the geckos? I was like, huh? Over you.
It honours me that you did that to yourself. So yeah, so you notice that it's the geckos themselves that are generating light.
Yeah.
There's enough of them that
Little
it gives
friends.
that effect of a bit of a dim light. Looking now under the water, I mean, for yourself, you know, you and Sebastian go way back, but you can see on the floor of this hall and like spreading out both over the two strands. Immediately in front of you, piles and piles of what can only be described as treasure. There are, anything from coin, weapon, armour, book, tapestry, furniture, kitchen utensils, etc., etc. There's a set of spoons with one missing, just down.
He'll pop his head back up and kind of wade back out and kind of recount to the folk who are probably standing on the side being like, the fuck? Basically what's down there.
I think it's time. So ask the locals what's going on.
Oh, fuck.
There's your gecko voice,
The
lady.
second you said gecko, you knew that was coming.
I hope you had a gecko voice prepared.
How's that? There's no
Yeah.
trees down here.
Use the gecko voice.
Sapphire is going nowhere near the water's edge. He's staying as far away from the water as possible.
Ruby-
His ears are flattened.
We'll go to the edge of the water, but not wade in. So, like, maybe her boots are getting a bit wet. Maybe the hem of her skirt or her cloak, and she.
Don't say that out loud. You
Try
never get her
it.
in there.
Try it.
The geckos dive and scrub you under. Roll out with bars of soap.
So Ruby crouches at the very edge of the water and calls out to speak to any of the nearest geckos
So
to see if any of them might be inclined to conversation.
Strange language comes forth from Ruby that none of you recognise. Cass, as you're under the water, and I think you can hold your breath forever, but you notice a lot of these like water geckos start reacting and going towards like you, but not at you. They're just kind of swimming past. You turn and follow, and you can hear the dull voice of Ruby, not having a clue what she's trying to say, but clearly the geckos are reacting. You get a few of them around you, Ruby, maybe about 15. When I say there's loads of geckos in here, there's hundreds to what you can see immediately. And a couple of them, they just sort of like hover around you, just as you call out to them. Well, I say hover, they tread water. I believe.
I hope we're not disturbing you in your lake. We've come down to look for Natasha. Are we going the right way?
Hi, human.
Hello. Yeah, Ruby's like, that's Ruby. Ruby is, whatever Luke does about how cute the geckos are, that's what Ruby's like. But she's trying to keep it down because she doesn't want to come across as patronising to these little geckos. But she's like, hello.
Oh,
Shoot me now.
sorry. I'm just gonna mute myself.
Say that bit again, Ruby.
We've come looking for Natasha. Are we going the right way?
They sort of all look at each other and murmur. And then the one that said hello, human, goes, "Oh, you mean Natathryn Sasha?"
That sounds like it could be the long form. Dragon, ivory.
Yeah, they are everywhere. You got to be careful. Have you brought treasure? There's a toll.
I don't have anything on me, but if you want something, I'm sure I have a few coins I can
it's
offer.
not for me. It's to keep her happy, or him happy. It's to keep them happy.
This is a hoard.
Just looks at you blankly, like big like blinking eyes, like, yeah, whatever, Hume, whatever.
If we were able to swim through, do you know what we'd find on the other side?
More water and more treasure, and what do you call it? A place you can't get out of.
Like a dead end or like a trap?
They all sort of look at each other like a trap. About 12 of them all like water splashing everywhere. Little fuckers.
Have any of you or your friends ever accidentally gone into the trap?
No. Insight check.
Am I being fucking lied to by lizards?
Yep.
No, you've been lied
Been
to
lied
by water geckos.
17.
He's lying.
That just feels the old stereotype that you can't trust geckos, man.
Just hitting all the tropes tonight.
So, no one's ever accidentally swum too far and seen the trap?
Accidentally, no.
Have any of you deliberately gone looking for the trap to see what it does?
We all came out of the trap.
So there was a trap full of geckos.
It was, yeah.
So
Gonna
does the
get
trap
munched
still
by
work?
Whatever the hell brought these geckos, and I'm going to be happy about it because they're adorable little fuckers.
This is how I want to die.
Does the trap still work? If we went through, would there be more of you, or is it just?
Lots of questions.
Sorry.
It's still a trap, and there are lots of us, but there's only really one of us. There's lots of us.
Okay, I think I understand.
I'm glad you
Please
do.
don't. Please don't mind my friend. He likes swimming. He just wanted to admire your lovely pond. So please just leave him be. I'm sure it'll come out in a minute.
He is water.
Okay, that's alright. I just didn't want you to be upset by him.
No, it's fine. It's good. He's water.
Well, thank you for talking to me.
Thank you for yes.
It was nice to meet you.
Okay. Bye. And it swims away.
Tess says it's
Hellish
like-
rebuke. What are you doing,
Just with the
Andrea?
geckos. Perfectly happy.
Yeah, my
Yes.
Guess
I-
is underwater.
Underwater.
Yeah, Guess is swimming underwater.
Alright, okay.
He's just enjoying his time with the little sea
He's
puppies.
set up a camp and everything. He's staying.
He's not coming back out.
Alright.
Endgame.
If Ruby shouts for Kess, I'm just gonna go. He's not coming up anytime soon.
You want
Well,
me to,
let's hope he doesn't swim too much further then, because... Well, there's a trap and there's only a finite number of space to fill with geckos.
message to Cass. Cass, there's a trap down that way. You might want to come back.
You'll just kind of see the surface of this head
Just like...
air out like Siri, like.
The matriarch of the geckos.
This is where Cass settles down, leaves the party, and just
Yep.
like
Yeah.
lives
This is
here
me. This
forever.
is the end of my story. I'm fine.
Gecko down.
You'll kind of like do a sort of half-hearted like water polo crawl like back and like get out of the water.
Okay, so I think that what you could see down there, that's a horde.
Yeah.
They asked if we had any treasure to bring to make... Oh, they said Natasha's full name. Something Sasha.
Natathryn Sasha.
Natathryn Sasha. And they were saying them, not she. Just because I really don't want to make them angry, so we'll... So maybe if we have anything shiny, we might feel inclined to throw it into the water. But yes, there is a trap further down, and all your little friends there, they all came out of the trap, but the trap still works. Only a finite number of lake in which you know, for more geckos to be. Not sure Well, I'm not sure how well everyone else can swim. You're all right. Apparently, you are water, so they're quite happy with you. I don't know whether the rest of us, if we activated the trap, whether they'd get nasty.
Wait, we have to go in the water?
I'm advising we don't at the
No, I don't
moment.
think we
Apparently,
do.
also, Natasha is everywhere, so we don't have to go to a... Maybe if we just find somewhere we can sit down and try talking. Oh, it's a shame none of us speak Draconic, but maybe if we could try communing instead of trying to get to a certain place, it might...
I'd be tempted to try the other door first and see where that leads, because it
Or
sounded
that.
similar, but if your gecko friends are correct, then
From where we're kind of down here, and from how you've kind of described it branching, is it like believable that they would both go down to like essentially the mirror of the Y of what we're on?
Yeah.
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 I mean, there must be a reason for the key, but I don't know it. From what I could see, just about everything down there looked of high monetary value. It didn't look like it was, if you know what I mean. It might be worth hopping back up to see if we can.
On the other hand, it's just occurred to me that given that this is clearly a flood and not a lake, because the stairs keep going down, it wasn't just geckos that came out of the trap, it was the water. So if we could swim down and find the door without activating the trap again...
You just said we didn't have to go in the water.
I said we didn't have to. It's just, I'm not very clever,
I mean,
alright?
it's-
And
it's-
I'm a bit out of my comfort zone, and it's only just occurred to me that water is a
No,
better trap
it
than
makes
geckos.
sense. It makes sense. If there's a trap, then they wouldn't bother trapping somewhere that wasn't important.
Do you want me to check?
Yes, please.
I mean, it's a pretty big cavern, though.
And Sapphire will flicker gold into the water.
I think she's probably, or they're, I think Glad is probably going to want more than
one.
The one of the geckos swims and almost as it hits the water catches it, sort of does a little spin in the water and disappears beneath.
God damn it, they're cute.
Damn you!
Really?
That, or did Luke say
Really
that?
what? Ooh.
Did Kes say that, or did Luke say
Oh,
that?
No, that Kess.
That was Kes.
Guess had the
Oh,
word
yes.
cute eviscerated.
If Kes says that, then Sandra will
Leaves.
much like mother and father would say, you're not having one as a pet.
I wouldn't want to take it from the water, but they are.
They are, aren't they?
It's a lizard.
Does someone want to go grab the weird spoon from upstairs?
I'll go grab the weird spoon from upstairs if you think it is important.
Well,
in
it's like Ruby said, it's expensive. Everything that I saw down there was.
I will head back upstairs and I will grab you the spoon so you can reunite the spoon with its spoony brothers and sisters.
I got deep. Xandria, as you go back up the stairs, the spoon is where Ruby left it. There is no sign of the obsidian construct.
Yeah, that's concerning. I grab the spoon and I head back downstairs.
Xandria returns with a spoon.
I have the spoon. Side note, the obsidian construct has vanished.
Oh, that's
Oh.
not great.
Wouldn't it be real funny if this Natasha was the obsidian construct?
Hilarious.
But that wouldn't be everywhere.
But it doesn't mean that it's not, you know.
You could be everywhere.
But I
and then
suppose if you're everywhere,
inhabit a
then it couldn't
statue
not
for a
be.
minute.
Where do we think the door might be? Because this pool is huge, and I can swim pretty fast, but it's a lot of space to cover. If we have somewhere that we want to start,
You want me to ask?
It
Is there
wouldn't
anywhere
hurt.
that looks kind of like when we were looking around up here? Like there was a thing obviously outside saying about the frost and the fire, and that was obviously a thing. Is there anything down there? I'll come down with you and I'll have a look. Like I'm gonna have a look and see if there's anything else that like might point towards like more kind of the way.
Right.
The way.
One moment. So
Look on the ceiling.
Ruby goes back, crouches at the surface of the water, calls out again to see if anyone might come back for another little chat.
Have you still got the spoon, Sandria?
Yep.
Yeah. Same again. They sort of react to your voice as lots of splashing. They come towards you.
My friend who is of the water and our other friend, they'd like to come down and have a look. Could you show them the way forward that goes towards the trap?
You want to go to the trap?
They just want to look.
We can do, but it's you're not allowed to move anything.
I will make sure they know that, not to touch anything at all. Are you missing a spoon?
Looks to Gecko to his left. It nods. It looks back at you.
We found
Yeah.
it. We'll throw it back in for you.
Thank you. We don't like losing the treasure.
Of course not. Yeah, if you could, I'll tell my friends not to touch anything. But if you could show them around a little bit, that would be so helpful for us.
We'll do our best.
Thank you.
So for Luke's benefit,
Sorry.
the
You missed
geckos.
you missed another gecko conversation. Sorry.
Heartbroken, but Cat was ruining the kitchen. So.
The geckos are going to show you and Harry around.
Okay, cool.
Sadria, could you do me a favour and just lob that spoon back into the lake? Because they get upset when they're missing bits of the treasure, and I think we should keep everyone down here as happy as possible.
So as it hits the water, several geckos scurry beneath the water.
Oh, Caspian, Ari, do not touch anything. Do not move anything.
Aye.
Yeah, Harry.
Just
I've seen Aladdin.
You do
They
get
were
a
very
pointed look
clear.
of. I'm pretty sure Ari gets the seriousness of the situation. Just as a reinforcement.
okay. Because the gecko said, like looking at her, the gecko said, Ari, you can't move anything.
So, what's the plan? You three, Ruby, Andrea, Sapphire, standing on the stairway, and Ari
Yep.
and Caspian going for
Let's
a
go
swim.
for a
Yeah.
swim.
Oh. You go
Yep,
swimming
if
out.
Sapphire can avoid the water, he will.
I will
Ruby.
stay here. Bring the treasure to me.
Ruby kind of can swim, but in a paddling, let's go for a dip in the pond kind of way, rather than a let's dive.
Vast castle flooded.
Yeah.
It literally is that as you start to swim out, you both realise and see a lot of similarities of the structures within the wall above you and the Great Wall, the area wall above you. You can see avenues of corridors and stairways and such, like half in the water, some completely submerged, so you can see there are varying levels all around this place. And just the further out you swim, you truly take in the vastness of what this courtroom, castle, hall, like whatever it is, roadway, it's vast in size, and the amount of water in here is akin to a small sea. Some slight dramatisation. You notice that none of the treasure is above the surface of the water. Every bit you see, you take a dip under, and you can see that it is piles or hung up or gathered together in a corner. It is a treasure hoard beneath here. Give me a perception check, both of you.
fact, I'm going to use the one with the gold leaf in it.
That's
Treasure.
20!
Oh, nice, nice.
26.
Not a nat 20, but perception. That is a 21.
The treasure hoard down here is of every culture that you're aware of. It's also certain the way swords are designed, or certain jewellery, or bolts of cloth, and mannequins that are just sort of floating under the water with a suit dress. You know what I mean? Clothes on them.
Yeah.
Can't think of the word. Of styles that you don't really know. Maybe they're an amalgamation of cultures, but nothing jumps out.
I know I'm not down there, but things like the cloth and the books that you mentioned, do they look water ruined, waterlogged, or are they just like chilling out?
Pristine.
Like if the water went away, they'd be in the same condition
They look
as they
pristine.
would be in dry air.
They look absolutely pristine. No water damage, no nothing. The thing that you both notice almost at the same time in a bit of a surprise is there is a door just resting on a pile of everything. No, it's got a frame to it, but it's not attached to a wall or anything. It's in really good condition, and it's just sat there. And on the front of the door there is iconography of massive waves sort of slamming into each other, like it's almost like a tsunami. Oh yeah, that's right, motherfucker.
Right there. There's your plot point.
Completely forgot.
I forget nothing.
We don't touch anything though.
Experiment with treasure though.
All sorts of different things have worth. Right, does it look... So on our sightseeing tour with my beloved geckos...
Which are all following you. Like you have a small school of geckos, but you both have your own little escort of water geckos.
He's freaked
Yeah,
out.
this is it.
He's
Cass is
like-
moving in.
Yeah, we've lost Cass now.
I live here.
Remember when we had a fighter?
Yeah.
Like on the way of our tour, have they kind of taken us anywhere that looks like it would be a match for the...
At this
like,
moment
the
in time, they are following you two.
Oh, they're following us. Right, so I thought we were following them.
They haven't reacted yet. They've just kind of been around you as you swam. So, you know, until you actually stopped, you were like, oh, they're following us.
Then treading water for a little bit. Where do you want to start?
They'll kind of like take an eye and kind of just like look around and see if there's any other like really obvious iconography.
So as you move out and there's more light around you, you can see on the ceiling that there are like bolts in the ceiling, and they are about this big with an eye on them, as in a hole that you'd attach maybe a large rope, large chain. You know, they have an eye on the bolt in the wall.
Yeah.
And they're friggin' everywhere, all over the ceiling. Of the two arms, branches of the Y, you can see that they're just as vast in size, and the water is just as flooded. And you can see down the right hand side of the Y, if you had your back to Xandria and Sapphire and Ruby, there is a huge set of double doors that seem slightly ajar. And on your left hand side branch, there is a... Give me a history check, Ari.
No, I'm not rolling you. You rolled a 20. I'm not rolling you.
Mel rolled a 20 once and will never roll that dice again because it's now
No,
cursed.
Just get
because
framed.
I rolled a 20 and then rolled a 1 earlier, so that's why I'm like, I'm not touching that one. Right, that is a history. Ooh, dirty 20.
Oh, nice. You remember way back when you went down south to pick up a dagger to bring it up to Ebendorf to deliver. Yep, and you met.
Mithril dagger, you might say.
And you I mean, it's funny how this shit connects, you know what I mean? You remember when because you went down to the province of the House of the Forged, and the particular town you were in, you got to meet one of the forge smiths there, and you got to see a very small soul forge. And you're aware of the soul forge / warforge rocking around in everything, and you have an inkling, and your experiences so far, that these entities house a soul. And you saw this little soul forge that was within a blacksmith's. You picked up the mithril dagger. Curiosity, you got told it was a soul forge, but used for like the warm up before the big event happens, where a true soul forge is created. At the far side of this, of the left hand side of the Y, there is a very similar setup of a soul forge, but it is about 30 times bigger than the one you saw in that small blacksmith's. It is all curved down the side. They've never really settled on a name for it, but it's essentially an anvil that they use during their soul forging. And it's made of what you thought to be glass. And the glass anvil that is sat outside or within this encapsulated soul forge, from it, it's big enough to see from here, and the end of that branch is about 250 feet away from you. So, estimation, being an intelligent rogue, you reckon it's probably as tall as Sapphire if you were to stand next to it. That's a big ass glass anvil. Guess I ain't got a clue.
Do you want me to hit it? I'll hit it. I'm taking a guess, Rob.
My pockets are just full of them.
Big trench coat, just like. And you guys are kind of bobbing in that split off.
What's the plan?
You'll kind of look towards the left-hand side and be like, "That's weird.
What
That's
is
real
it?
weird." It's. Do you remember when we met the Warforged on the ship?
Yeah.
I think it might be something to do with the process of that. And remember the constructs upstairs? I don't know whether it's to do with that or whether it would be other ways better to get to the dragon. I don't know.
Well, if it's something to do with the soul forged and we're looking for a soul, is it worth taking a paddle down and seeing?
Yeah. Don't know whether we should get the others down here or...
I mean, do you think you're going to get Sapphire in the water to start with?
Oh boy, does not like getting wet.
I'm going to start swimming off that direction.
I was going to say, so
I'm just going to go.
Which way are you swimming?
Down towards the soul forge anvil thing. So the left?
Yep,
Yeah,
left.
to the left. The geckos, as you are swimming, horseshoe you, like behind you, and they're sort of like swimming like this with you up, and they're just splashing away. Swimming down, it is a bloody long way, and you feel that this particular area would have been used for like grand meetings, or it's akin to when somebody of import is sat in a chair addressing many of the people. The soul forged area would be where the important chair would be.
Yeah.
To your knowledge, Ari. Alright, we'll wait till you get there.
You'll find out soon enough.
How what's the plan? You're just swimming right up to the soul forge?
Yeah, I'm
Cool.
stupid. I'll do anything.
Back on the steps, Ruby looks at Sapphire and Xandria and goes, "We're never going to see them again, are we?"
You do actually see them like disappear left, and they are quite a distance from you.
No, they'll probably come back.
Kesvion and Ari, as you get closer and closer, you now start to realise the enormity. How big this thing is. Enormity?
Enormity.
And it is indeed one of these glass anvils. It's not quite the shape of a normal blacksmith anvil, but it's very similar. The glass itself has a like green sheen to it, and within is quite a lot of thick smoke, real white smoke, like almost making the anvil opaque, but only in the centre because it don't quite fill the edges. It's about 30 feet across and about 10 feet high is this anvil. You've got the soul forge behind it itself, and you can see all over this particular soul forge the dwarven druidic glyphs that you've seen all the way through here, absolutely caught in the inside of it. It's like a almost bus shelter. It's almost that half like domed over, and then the soul anvil thing in the middle. And all on the inside of this arched dome is all these massive versions of the Druidic Glyphs. Both of you give me perception checks.
Ooh,
That is a 19.
that is maths 24.
Oh, shit. At the back of this arch, where all these glyphs are, this soul forge is, you can see a very large tapestry. On the tapestry are 3 humanoid depictions. The one in the middle, Ari, you instantly realise is King Reinhardt. It's all over Ravenholm. It's in the history books, like you're a kid of thing, like, and it's, you feel that a bit of pride, like it's just kind of like ingrained into you as you're growing up. Just a very stereotypical, tall, broad, proud king in armour, long robes, a large crown with ravens all decorated around it. The image itself is not lit up like you can see every detail, but you can see that enough to know that it's, you know, someone's tried to illustrate King Reinhardt on this thing. On the right side of King Reinhardt, there is a elven, again, that they're lithe. Their ears are the thing that gives them away. They're very long, not as long as the elven that you saw on the ceiling, but they have elven features that you can at least tell from this basic tapestry. On the left of King Reinhardt is a very tall, plate armoured wearing warrior with a large black hammer in their hand, with their face covered where they got a great helm. And there is movement behind the tapestry.
There is what behind the tapestry?
Movement. As if pushing, you know, when you push a curtain. If you've ever spent time hiding behind a curtain. To each their own.
Do you
Alright.
think that's the Catherine Sasha, the globe thing?
I do. Look at the rooms, look at the tapestry, look at the, protecting.
What's going on with this tapestry though? It's like,
Well, you recognise that one on the left.
just pained noise. Just
It's Ulrich.
yeah, Ari.
The left
I know.
hand of King Reinhardt. And you got the right hand. Delightful as well. Yeah, I think.
I was more meaning about it moving.
Oh, that.
It's like,
What?
I can see it's Ulrich. I was more meaning the fact that the bloody things.
5 minutes ago, I was like, you're the intelligent one.
No, listen. Ari's intelligent, but he's not wise.
Imminent danger. I have no
Yeah, what
idea.
you have is the classic low whiz, high int character and low int, high whiz character.
Yep.
Yeah.
Swim up to a
Play
safe
it
for
all.
gamble.
Conclusions together.
I replay it all I can. That's all I have to say. I'm kind of be like, should we get the others down?
So is this kind of like on a ledge up out of the water, or is
So
it partially submerged?
it's partially submerged.
I will swim round and kind of like touch this side of the tapestry.
Okay. As you swim around and touch.
What's it gonna do? Eat me? I'm already dead.
Touch the It leaps off the wall. As you touch this side of the tapestry, you just hear a voice. You are brave, warrior of the sea. And there's clearly someone behind it, but they're not showing themselves.
Who are you?
It is rude to ask somebody's name without first introducing yourself. I don't believe Warrior of the Sea is indeed your name. Are you Guardian of the Eagle? You can't help but feel there's a nod towards the person bobbing around in the water.
Ari, this one's for you by the sounds of it. And you'll kind of tread water back.
Yeah.
Because I'm presuming this voice is heard out loud.
Ari doesn't hear it.
Oh. Brilliant. Voices in my head. Love it.
It's out loud, but Ari doesn't hear it.
Love that.
It's
Oh,
out loud,
amazing.
So
but
yeah,
Ari
it's
doesn't hear
actually
it.
spoken word, but Ari, you do not hear it.
Well,
And Kess will just like look at you expectantly, like, come on.
Come on, my boy.
thought we were told not to touch anything.
Too late.
And we're told not to touch the treasure. Treasure hoard's down there.
Yeah,
Is
tell
it?
them not to touch anything.
Well, dead now.
A bill.
Yep, just actually, it's a happy ending for Cass. He becomes Gecko.
Yeah.
The geckos are all people who have tried to take treasure.
I am Legion.
Cass just becomes one of the geckos and lives
probably
happily in
the
a
best
pool forever.
So-
Answer for him in the
So-
long run.
Cass and Ari, what are you doing? Ari, Cass is staring at you in a hello sort of way. What do you do?
He'll come over. And kind of be like, hello, but not touch anything because he was told not to touch anything. He's being a good boy.
You now hear a voice from behind the tapestry. Hello. And you are?
I'm an eagle. It's the same response that you did upstairs.
Eagles do not swim. Their wings would be too wet.
Sometimes we do.
A lie, but I will let it go. Why are you here? Why are you swimming? Calm yourselves. They are fine.
Geckos seem angry.
They've all turned into dragons.
That makes them even cooler.
Now my true form.
In the
Pokemon.
distance, you could just hear Ruby squealing and clapping her hands.
I was asked to come down here and speak with the one known as Natasha.
Now Tathrian Sasha does not take visitors. They are busy saving the souls of Ravenholm. Would you speak to them and distract them from their purpose?
But I was asked to come down here.
By who? The ancient ones are all dead.
By the second eagle who is in charge in the world.
Another bird who should not be swimming but flying. The second eagle has no power in the water. Why are you here? Doing the bidding of others is stupid. If this second eagle is too scared, then I see why they sent you and the warrior of the sea.
They are not scared. Much like your friend, they are also a protection of the wall and of Ravenholm beyond. With whom do I speak?
First of all, they stole that protection. They do not co-protect. And second, as I have said to your companion, you came here and therefore should introduce yourselves first, for that is polite.
He'll draw himself up a little, as much as he can in the water when he's swimming.
Penguin!
And just be like, I am Aristotle Sebastian Rycroft of the House of Eagles. With whom do I speak?
You speak with Arterian of the Court of the Blind. And who is your companion?
Espion Summer Breeze.
A pleasure to meet you both. Remains quiet.
We wish to aid Atas and Sasha with the protection of the people of Ravenholm.
They are not one and the same. To aid Sasha, you must release them. To protect the people of Ravenholm, Sasha must remain here. So you cannot perform both. You are not of Ravenholm, are you, Summer Breeze?
No.
There is a... Give me a charisma save.
It's not great.
You have 2 rerolls. Please use
Yeah,
them.
which we've not used.
Yeah, I'm going to use it because that was a 7.
Nope. 10 to 11.
That's a
use
bit
the
nicer. That
rerolls.
is a 19.
You feel as if someone is stood right next to you, like hairs on the back of your neck, everything, but there's clearly not. You are not even of summer. Strange
I
name.
am Summer.
Words don't mean truth. But there is. And you hear a sniffing. There is one of summer not far. Interesting. So, are you to aid my Sasha or the people of Ravenholm? Are you seekers of freeing prisoners on a regular basis, or is this a first?
not a situation we found ourselves in before.
It's quite the ruckus going on above.
Yes, it's almost as if Ravenholm needs protection.
Ravenholm is suffering from its own decisions. All life needs protecting. But there are those that should learn to do it themselves, or ask before taking one's shield as their own.
Whatever was done to your Sasha,
You can see. You are beneath what was done to my Sasha.
it was done a very long time ago.
And you think this forgives it? If you were imprisoned a very long time ago, you would be happy to forgive? Because it was such a long time ago. It is fine. Stay in the water.
You can see some angry geckos.
I think we'll be lucky if it was just geckos at this point.
Oh, sometimes I don't like being the player that's apparently good at this thing. Ariel kind of looked to Caspian and be like,
I wish it was possible to both protect the innocent life in Ravenholm and free your Sasha.
I'm not here to grant wishes.
I understand. But sometimes a choice has to be made to protect the most innocent life possible.
And you believe
Because of that.
lives of Ravenholm to be innocent?
Yes.
What about this one? And there is a prod on Ulrich, like from behind the tapestry. This one does not know the word innocent.
No. But the families that he's displaced, they are innocent. The children that play in the fields, they are innocent. The men and women that go around their daily lives who have been disrupted by him, killed by him. My people and their brethren who have been slaughtered by him, they are innocent, and they reside in Ravenholm.
You may justify it how you see fit.
I have to.
And yourself, eagle that swims?
been a very long day. Are we so done with that shit?
If Sasha leaves this wall, the wall will fall, and everything beyond it will be taken over by the fiends.
The wall will only fall if those that, and there's a bit of a twang, protect it fall. The wall will still stand. They will not have the shield of Sasha. If these, what did your what did Aristotle say? If these House of the Eagles protect the wall and Ravenholm as he claims, then why do you need my Sasha? You have a wall? Yes, there will be cracks. Put more bricks in it. Not my Sasha. You are a creature of long life. How do you feel if thousands of years, one place, nowhere to swim, nowhere to walk, breathe, nowhere to fight? You carry weapons of warfare. Take everything you are away and exist exactly like that. If you are happy knowing that your state would mean a few innocent lives remained,
then I would do it in a heartbeat.
then trade places, a soul for a soul. Allow my Sasha to breathe the air, to swim, to fly, to soar. If you would do it in a heartbeat, well then to you sit here for a couple of millennia until another bird that swims comes along.
If that's the price.
It is not a price, merely an offering. You said you were happy to do it in a heartbeat. I see no difference. One is willing, Sasha was not. If you willingly trade places, I would happily, maybe not shake your hand, but the sentiment would be there. But how would you feel if you were dragged, kicking and screaming, and forced to do it? Still as happy to do it in a heartbeat?
But what
Then
would
we'll
happen?
switch. He doesn't look at Ari at all.
You will switch with my Sasha.
Yes.
Caspian.
Are you lying? I'm
No.
asking Luke. Cool. Words of truth. Your friend here, Eagle, speaks true. So, would you allow your friend to willingly protect your people, Ravenholm, the innocents, to allow a prisoner free after several millennia? Was a friendship worth?
What do you mean by this?
It would not be Ari's choice to make. It would be mine. And it would be one done freely. I never expected to return from this mission that we were sent on.
For your sister.
Ah,
Caspian, your sister.
the true child of summer.
And it is not her decision to make either. It is mine.
Well, I merely require a key. If you can find me the key, I can willingly let you trade places with my Sasha.
Ari, you have the key? I'm gonna hold his hand out.
I'm not doing it.
It's not your choice to make, Ari.
I'm not
Give me
doing
the
it.
key.
Not with Alexandria.
It's not Xandria's choice to make either. Give me the key.
I just kind of stare at Caspian.
Give me the key, Ari. This wall needs to stand. Give me the key. Please.
I'll hand over the key.
Is this your key?
It is smaller than I expected. Such a large prison. Please place it willingly on the glass behind you.
And he'll do that.
And we'll call it there. As the last thing of the session is Kesvion Summerbreeze placing a small ivory key on a glass soul forge. Tune in next week, kids. Yeah, mother kipper. So, thank you very much for tuning in and watching from the start to the finish. If you've been following our story all along, thank you very much. It's great. Thank you very much for subs and follows and the community going and going. We're at 590 followers. Amazing. Thank you very much for tonight for the players. We've had a lovely fight and some dramatic stuff. We are all going to go away now after I turn this music off. We're all going to go away, have a brew, have a little think of what's happening.
Is what you would do.
Is
I
Ashana
hadn't
stop?
planned this,
Stop!
but it's what you would do.
Is Ashana streaming? Do we know?
No,
Cool.
no,
So
she's not streaming.
We won't be raiding. Thank you very much. Take care of yourselves. We'll soon be out of lockdown and doing more and more stuff. So thank you very much. But for now, players, say goodbye, players.
Bye,
Bye,
players.
players.